Took the tractor out to a client's today to do some slashing. I got through about 3 hours worth and had a small overheating incident. So you can see it pushed a bunch of coolant out. Not a lot. So while I was operating, I hit a piece of wire that got tangled up in the blade of the slasher. So I stopped, hopped off to untangle that, and while I was doing that untangling, suddenly it started doing some leaking. Now, my initial thought was that maybe it was the radiator cap. So you can see that the seal on it's gone. However, when it was leaking, I noticed that there were bubbles coming up around here. So my worry is that maybe the radiator has a crack in that seam or something. Anyway, the first step is definitely to replace this radiator cap, and I might give the radiator a good clean while we're here. Clearly it needs a freshen up of the water. It's all, the water that's in it's pretty filthy, so I might see if I can drain it, clean the face of the radiator because that was a bit dirty as well. You can maybe you can see. I'll pull the front off and you can have a look. Anyway, definitely needs a new radiator cap because the seal on that's perished, and that may have been the only problem. I didn't notice that the temperature got to too hot. When I got back on the tractor, I did see that it was just sitting in the middle. So, and that the temperature gauge does seem to be operating, which is good. So anyway, I'm going to pull the front panels off, clean everything, have a good look, and I think I'll drain the radiator at the same time, and we'll see where that takes us. I'll also try and track down a new radiator cap. Yeah. Anyway, that's turning, but not coming out. These things have nuts under them or something? What's going on? How do I even get to see? Can't get in there. What the hell? How about I take the front grille out? I think maybe if I take the grill out, I can access up underneath to get to the back of these, which I think must have bolts, have nuts on the back of them. Ah, that's neat. Okay. Nicely done, International. We have an oil bath, air filter on this thing. Haven't seen one of them in a little while. Well, I'm sure that's not meant to be in there. That'll be why the headlights don't work. Alright, well this is interesting. There's a lot of caked up crap. That is not helping the situation with the radiator. Not one bit, I'm sure. Anyway, it's not as bad as I thought it might be. So, what can I feel up underneath? Yeah, as I thought, there's a nut on the back of these too. Okay, so I'll need a spanner in there, probably an 11mm I'll start with. 14. Feels like it's a bit on the loose side, so we'll go with the 11. That was a 12. Thought I had the 11. Alright, let's have another go. That's better. These nuts haven't been off in a while, that's for sure. Oh, I knew that was going to fall. The nut stayed in the spanner. The nut got hot. I hope this is the last one. That nut does not want to come off. That's going. Haha. Oh, is that another one? I think that's going to come off too. Okay. that's good. That's coming. Problem is, the air cleaner and everything is attached to this front panel, which is a bit annoying. Alright, I'll take the air cleaner hose off the air cleaner, and that should let it all come free. Actually it won't, because I'll have to take the air cleaner pipe off as well, off the top. Oh man, wouldn't you know it, the hose clamp is on the back. The screws are on the back. Damn. Alright. Maybe I can get in through the top. Okay, hose off. That's good. So here's the problem. The hose clamps, the heads on them are on the inside. I don't even know what kind of slot they have. Straight slot. So I need a tiny little short straight screwdriver, because the air cleaner is attached to the frame and that pipe is attached to the other bodywork. So I've either got to take that bodywork off as well, which means the exhaust too, which I don't want to do, or I've got to get that joiner off. So, okay, hopefully, if I can get my hand in there. Oh boy, seriously, whoever put this on, oh, I need a kicking. Oh man, it's right on the radiator. I've got no leverage. Oh, nope, I cannot turn that. Let's try the bottom one. I can get onto it with this screwdriver. Oh. Nope, can't get any torque on that. Oh. Right, that's engaged. Oh, oh yeah. Oh. I hate working backwards because I think I just tightened that up. That was silly. That was really silly. Oh no, I was going the right way. Okay, we're good. This will work. Still too stiff for me to turn. Without extra leverage. Alright, here we go. Getting close. Oh. Oh. Okay, we're clear. I don't think anyone's cleaned this air filter assembly in a while. This needs some attention. Okay. One of those things. While you're in there, you end up doing a whole bunch of other stuff you weren't expecting. Well, I don't know what else this tells me, apart from that the radiator's a bit dirty. Where's the other hose? Okay. So there's the outlet side of the radiator. Goes back to the water pump, I think, yes. Back to the water pump there. So, water pump there on the back of the fan. Alright, well I should probably pull that off and drain the radiator. Give it a good flush. I both love and hate hose clamps. They're very functional, but they're also incredibly annoying. Okay, that's a good, big improvement. Looking much cleaner. I think that's flexing without the tank. I think that seam might be broken. Almost certain. Well, I hope that's repairable. That's the main thing. So I'll have to do some research on pressure testing radiators. I don't know how to do that. So I'll go and learn that. Just can't tell. When I do that, I can feel that moving independently on the inside. I think there's a leak in the join. I think the neck has come unsoldered or whatever it is, unbrazed. Alright, I'll have to find someone who can do a fix on a radiator. Not what I thought I'd be doing today, but it's the joy of machinery. Alright, I think I might put some nuts and bolts back where they're meant to be so I don't lose them accidentally. Well, that could have been better, but it could have been worse as well. If it's just that seam on the radiator, then that should be repairable, and a new radiator cap, and it all should be back in business. So I'll do some research. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll keep you updated as it progresses.